All right.
Yeah.
So we are live across the world, and the band's playing, and we've got to discover which band is going to win the World Cup. Look, he's just doing nothing. He's totally live, and he's doing
World
nothing.
Cup?
Just look.
No, I am. I'm pressing buttons. I'm trying to get things off my screen. Oh dear. Oh, we've got somebody typing. Johnny, hi there. How can I help you?
Well, today I'd like to buy 2
want to chat with Johnny. I've just started a chat. No, I haven't.
We're 53 seconds into it and nobody's listening.
Right. No, they are. It's probably me just. Right. I think that's everything I need to press. Okay. Well, I've said hi. So anyway, we're recording, Nick. So hello, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm all right, Cliff. I'm okay. I had a nice weekend. Thank you for asking.
I see you said hello in the chat as well.
Yes. Well, you said hi, so I just got this polite to reply.
Were you testing?
Just to, what?
Go on. No, I was going to say, I'm glad to see you've got. Oh, I'm glad to see that you've got a capital H. Yeah, music. No, don't put music on. Whatever you. Hi, Oliver. How you doing, mate?
Oliver Bowen says hi.
Yeah, first in the house.
Hello, Oliver. How are you, Oliver? Are you well?
And he's a keen guitarist. He's going to be a rock star one day.
Well, I happen to play guitar myself, Oliver. Yeah.
Do you? Well, we'll leave that for a minute.
Yeah, all right. Probably. Well, soon it's mended, isn't it?
And hello to Tony and hello to Adam. Thanks for looking in, guys. We've only just started. Nick, I just had to say I do like Gary's here as well. Hi, Nick. I do like your backdrop as a green screen. It's rather special, isn't it?
This afternoon is a bit of a one-off. I actually ran out of time, for which I do heartily apologise. I had a lot to get through today, besides working on the model this morning, and it was unavoidable. I just didn't have time to put the green screen up. So this is my conservatory.
Right. That's a shame.
That there is the door to my kitchen, and that there is the outside, and it's probably get noises and stuff. So there you go. I've also got Mickey. Mickey's here. Mickey Maloney. Yeah, there you go. So last week, it was rather amusing because I did say to you, and you was as good as your word.
Mark wants to see it. Mark wants to see the progress.
Mark wants to see the progress.
You'll have to wait a minute, guy.
Yeah, well,
he does.
Be patient. We've got
an
hour
to it.
No, I want to explain about my holiday. No, because you was as good as you were. You were spending. Yeah, I had a long weekend. I wouldn't say a holiday; it was a long weekend.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. But the funny thing is that when you came on, I had my good lady, the ground crew, put you on the dash, so I could listen to what you were saying. And as you were just about to demonstrate, there was a crash further on, and I was just by a road junction. So I went, turn left as we do in the UK, pulled straight into my lay-by, which had to be there, and I was watching you on in my car, but I couldn't stay there forever, so I had to carry on. So I overheard you talking about it spinning up another couple of 3 times. And I was getting the wife to do the tippy tappy. I said, "Tell him this." She can't say that. I said, "Yes, you can." So that's what was happening. I was actually on the A34 at the time. Yeah. So I just thought So that book of the holidays, show us the models, show us the models. No, we're not going to. You can wait.
Mark's getting tetchy. Yeah. Hi, Chris. Chris is in King's Kerswell, which is about a mile from me. Chris, you could have come up and sat with me, mate.
Yeah, why not?
Next time, mate.
All are welcome.
Yeah.
At Cliff's place. Anyway, so
Robert's in the house.
There you are. Yeah, I'm from Northern Alberta, Canada. Oh, we've got a Canadian.
Yes, he's up early.
You know what language they're speaking in Canadian, don't you?
Frenchy.
Say something, Cliff. No, they speak Canadian
stuff.
They speak Canadian, mate. Canadian, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they speak Canadian. You're not very chatty today, Cliff.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're being serious or not.
Well, what language do you think they speak?
French and English.
Well, some speak French and some
French
speak
Canadians,
English.
Don't you?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you do. Well, yeah.
Well, there you are then.
Because we had a bit of a fallout with them, didn't we? They just wouldn't let it lie.
Oh.
Who else we got?
Would they not?
We've got Robert Model AV8R, which is very clever. Chris Riley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're going to be
Dice Man. Oh, good morning to Dice Man. You what?
Oh, Dice Man. Not heard of Dice Man before. Okay.
Yes, he's one of my lovely subscribers.
I should think he is rather lovely, actually. Okay, so I think possibly the best thing to do is let you go first. Making model airplanes, $6. How much is that in English?
Oh, thank you, Colin. Okay. Colin, that is.
It's about £4.75.
Probably a £5, I expect.
Yeah, I never get to see any.
Excellent, well done. Thank you, Colin. That's lovely. Yeah.
That
would buy a bottle of cider, as Chris has just mentioned.
What, Diamond White?
See, yeah, well, no, Devonian cider, mate. Chris, you could come up and then walk home. You wouldn't have to drive. It's only a mile, and it's downhill most of the way because we're on top of the hill. Bring your push bike.
He's got to get up the hill first.
You're making names of the names, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh well, yeah. He'll be sober then, won't he? Yeah, of course. So
let's bring that one up. And then we better, being as this chap's parted with his money.
I was just going to say, I've built my model, but I've shrunk it down. Honey, I've shrunk the kids. See, there it is. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Look at that.
You put it in the washing machine. Yeah, you put it in the washing machine. That's how it came out.
It's my Micro Aces one.
No, it's not.
Man, you've heard of round the pole. Well, it's round the machine.
Put it round the pole and stretch it.
Let's
have a look at yours, Cliff, because you've done a lot to yours, haven't you? If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Of course, in the meanwhile, I built that. Lovely, nice line. Well, here it is. So far, it's not finished. I've still got to do a bit more rigging and stuff. But it weighs £25. Here it is. Let me try and get it in the camera. Where are we? There we are, Mark. If you're still on. So, yeah. So this morning I've been working on connecting up the elevators and the rudder linkage, and that works. The gun I've still not glued in, and I've offered up the batteries. I've got a 3S 2200 and a 2S 2200, but the 3S goes in there quite nicely, and it brings the CG. If I push it back a little bit to about there. So it's sort of half sticking out. The pilot can sit on that, get a warm backside. that balance is where it should be. So, but with that one in, the model weighs, I made a note of it, 788 grams. Beg your pardon, 963 grams ready to fly, which is in English 34 ounces, which is more like it, which is 1632. That's less than 2 pounds. It's a pound and 12, 13, 14 ounces. So there it is. I glued the I only glued the frame in last night. That was a bit of that was a little bit manic, really, because you've got, as you know, Nick, you've got to bend the bottom frames in to get them in the angle, but once they start going in, they sort of widen out and everything's dandy. So I put the epoxy on it, pushed them in. I didn't epoxy the top ones because there's 4, it's too much to do all at once. So I pushed the bottom ones in, and when I looked at it, I just checking things. I realised that the top one was the wrong side of the the rear strut. So I had a choice: pull it out or cut the strut. And I don't want to cut the strut, so I pulled it out, and all the epoxy came out, and I was straining it, and I had to put weights on it to stop it all sliding about. Got it back in anyway, so all was well there. But that was nearly a bit of a boo-boo, really. Still, I spotted it. So anyway, the ailerons work nicely with the torsion bar, pulling them back down. So I'm pleased with that. Got the servos connected up. They're not covered yet. So yeah. Oh, the other thing I've done is I've made the tail skid. I wasn't going to make a fancy one. Just let me move that drink before I knock it over. I wasn't going to make a fancy one, but in the end, I found a little spring. You can see it, look, silhouetted beautifully against my forehead. You wouldn't be able to see that on your head, but that's just spring loaded. So that will just up and down. And I made a little brass bracket to go over it, and then pinned over a little brass rod to go through it with a brass tube bushing. And it's just not, I thought, is it going to be too tight, too strong, but sitting on the bench, it just springs nicely. So really pleased with that. I don't know if you can see it that well. There you go, look. So with that, that's it. All I've got to do now is to just set the radio gear up. Obviously you can see I've stitched on the undercarriage fore and aft. There's the stitching just under the motor, and the front one is stitched along there. So it was a bit manic this last week, but it's all done. And all I want to do is put some rig in between, some cross rig in here, just for a bit of fun. Otherwise, it's ready for maiden. Yeah, ready to go. And I quite like it. I like the tissue finish. And it looks, underneath you've got that lovely yellow sort of finish. And we've got the pusher props as well, which I'm going to paint because it looks a bit horrible in grey. And as we know, the motor does spin. So
have you run it up?
Have I run it with the prop on? With the propeller on?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I was just wondering because when you received your prop,
I haven't.
Because it's not centralised, is it?
Yeah. No. You've got your prop. How was yours?
Well, at the moment, mine's on order. Because,
I see.
As you know,
right, okay.
Because as you know, they're hard.
Sorry, when I saw your prop earlier, I thought that. Yeah, well, this is Adam. This is following your advice. This is a pusher propeller, so at least the nut will be done up the right way.
I'm glad you brought up the pusher.
When I ordered it, this is an APC prop, and they're usually excellent, but it's drilled. The hole is slightly off center. So I've written an email which I'll read tomorrow, and see what they say about it. I mean, I could probably ream it out. I don't know. It's not good, is it? So
it'll be Tuesday.
I'm loath to run it up with that.
It'll be Tuesday.
It'll what? Tuesday. Oh, it's bank holiday, is it?
Bank holiday. Everybody's
Tuesday
closed.
Then. Yeah. Anyway, I got up this morning at 6 a.m. and started the rigging, and by 9 a.m. I'd fixed up one elevator. because don't forget I've got 2 servos, one for each thing as well. So yeah, but the second one went quicker, and then the other one went even quicker because I've made I made the can you see them with webcam? I've made these.
Yeah.
So because my this isn't wire, this is like nylon cord, and what I did, I coated it with sort of like heavyweight cotton, if you like. I coated it with PVA and weighed it overnight, dangled it with a heavy weight to pre-stretch it, if you like, just in case it was going to stretch. It may as well be stretched before I fit it to the plane. So, and then, so I've got one adjuster on each side. So this side is just, where are we? This side is just pinched around in a bit of brass tube, and it goes through the servo arm, back around, because it's one piece, goes through the servo arm, underneath and back out the other side.
The elevator.
And then when I'm happy, I just glue it and it's set. Oh, we lost that picture then. So there it is. It's all done, ready to go. I'm happy. Just got to play with the radio gear and try and set everything up.
Yeah, because you put more.
Any questions?
You put more detail into yours, didn't you?
Oh, I have, and I'll tell you what I haven't done. So I've put on the gun canisters on the side, each side. There's 2 in this side, 1 in this side, because the other one's on the machine gun. And yeah, that's right, Rob. Pull. And I've got the straps over the top of this is an aluminium bit. This comes off, so I've got the straps on. I've got this little bit on the top here on. And now I know the battery can go further back. I can make an instrument panel, which I haven't built yet. So I'm ready to do that. I have painted the inside, actually. That's fabric color because it's fabric. So it looks like it's balsa wood, but it's not. That's right. As per the plan, the main undercarriage wheels are sprung. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is the same as that, Nick, I expect, isn't it?
I expect it probably may be.
Yeah. Put a bit of decor on the bottom and that. But I cut the horns down because this is nearer the distance on the elevator. If you have a horn longer one end than the other, you get a slack line as it goes to full throw. Sometimes it's not a problem, but it's better to be nearer, so that's why I've cut it down. Put the number 4 on the front, which is this model.
Well done.
Oh, and I put some.
You remembered something.
Numbers on the tail fin. They're just cut out of tissue, same as. Hey.
I said what? You remembered something.
Yes, and I nearly put the numbers on back to front.
I think is there a delay in the sound?
In the what?
Is there a delay in the sound?
Not my end, there isn't. Oh, Jeff, I'm not a master builder, mate. It's full of bodge ups. Yeah. When people, I'll just pop it down over here. When people comment, oh, Cliff's a master builder and all that. No, I'm not. Some of the stuff I look at is just fantastic. Mine's just good at 10 feet away. But I do enjoy building. So that was good. It's been a good project. How long have we been building them, Nick?
Well, I was just thinking about this not just this morning, and I thought to myself, crikey, it's got to be a minimum of 2 months. Minimum, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'd actually go. I'd actually agree with 1 or 2 of the guys. Is that you are a very gifted builder. I think is the polite way of saying it. You are a very gifted builder, and I would say also a prolific builder. You're knocking them out like there's no tomorrow. Whereas I like to take my time. And on this
I do like to take my time.
Yeah, well, you built
it's just that we've got different
models.
Speeds.
Yeah, you built 2 models to my 1. Actually, no, you built, including this one, you built 3, haven't you?
Cheers, Jackson. Jackson's just off to the flying
Aviation. Have a great day.
What else have I built?
Well, you built the twin engine.
Yeah. Well, I've only built the little Gwillows.
Oh, yeah, you did the Gwillows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did.
The DH8.
Yeah.
And the DH2.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So yeah. And you're almost like a factory, aren't
you? And I managed to film them as well.
You managed to film them as well.
I put a post up on one of the Facebook pages.
Sorry?
I just read in the comments. I am Mark. Now, look, you say we all enjoy problem solving, don't we? And this model's had its fair share of problems. I've never done so many closed loop linkages on an aeroplane for a start, but it's a unique. I've never really worked with carbon fiber either, and that was interesting. When it all falls apart, you realise you should have sanded it better. But no, it has been. Gudgeon, good afternoon. Something to do with the time spent doing it. Yeah, I think. Well, if you're retired, it becomes in your blood, doesn't it? And you want to keep building a little bit every day, and you offer a bit up to another bit, and it starts to take shape. And oh, Gudgeon, did you see my my dummy stitching? I did some dummy stitching. Gudgeon's the expert on stitching, but let me try and get it in the light where it shows. There you go.
Actually,
you can just make it out along the top here and down the sides. Just here. The ground crew did do it actually. Yeah. So all it there you go. Look, all it is. Hello. All it is it is stitching, genuine stitching, but it's just zigzag stitching onto a piece of A4 paper, courtesy of my better half, and then cut into long strips and stuck on. So, and that worked really well. But obviously there is a little ledge on the paper, which you could have probably filled if you were that bothered, but it looks good. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Gudgeon. Yeah, and it does. And there is something now I wish I'd done actually, because that side of the body is open framework. I wish I just put on some dummy ribs just with paper, just to give it a little bit of a bump. And in fact, I'll tell you what, Nick, we could have made it an open structure on the fuselage side, couldn't we? It didn't have to be sheeted. We could have just made it open.
Yeah, quite easily.
Yeah.
There is one little tip that you still might want to use, Cliff, and that is if you have coloured chalks or pastels, you can highlight the ribs on the top wings, and it really gives it a lot of 3D. I've done it in the past on several models, and it comes up really, really nice, and it's not difficult to do. You just put your finger along it, I'm going to call Heidi Ground Crew.
No, so you just rub the chalk, as it were. So
yeah,
I've got a bit of chalk here.
So, yeah,
I've got a bit of chalk here. Yeah. So if I was to rub that over you keep disappearing. Then, if I just rub that over the top of let's try it, shall we? I know it's the wrong color and everything, and it'll probably wash off if it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't matter.
I am going to do it now. Yeah. Dry brushing. Mark reckons dry.
Live on TV.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right here in the middle, so it goes wrong. So I'm just going to.
It's my fault.
I'll just rub it on, and then I'll sort of rub it off. Well, you can still see it, which is good.
Yeah. Well, if you do 2 or 3, just as an example, and then you've got something to compare it with.
Yeah, I've done it.
I'll just keep talking. So there's been 1 or 2 questions in answer to number 1. The wingspan is 32 inches. Have we done a thrust test? No,
it's not.
It is.
It's not 32 inches. It's 38.
You sure?
38 inch.
All right, then.
Well,
I'll
am
put my
sort
hand
of sure
outside.
because 32 is really small. I'll tell you what, they've made a mistake on the plan. The plan says 38 inches or 990 millimeters.
Fair
and
enough, then.
38 inches is 970. So their rulers are different. But I'll measure the actual aeroplane. The actual aeroplane is just under 38 inches, which is what they say there. 38 inches anyway.
Where does it say that, Cliff?
Lighter green. I'll see if I get some lighter green chalk mark and give it a go.
Yeah.
And then I suppose you would then a light coat of lacquer just to hold it in. Yeah, I'll give that a go. Just give it that 3D effect. Mark suggested a lighter green chalk.
I'll tell you what is quite good. Hairspray. Hairspray is quite good.
I've never used it.
Oh, there's loads of things you can use hairspray for. Yeah, but this is one of the things you see for those people who are watching is that, you know, Cliff and I have been swapping ideas about certain things. So, you know, he's given me some topical tips and I've given Cliff topical tips. You know, and it's worked out quite well because we've both done a couple of things that we haven't done before. And I think we're both on a bit of a learning curve when it comes to the pull system. Because we were talking about it this morning because, you know, what you don't realise is that Cliff and I talk quite a lot during the week. And occasionally we'll phone each other up. We'll be on about an hour and a half sometimes, just chatting about the model and, you know, coming up with ideas and making suggestions and stuff like that. Because it's not if you just get that drawing, it's not that easy. You got to interpret it, and you have to work out the best method of doing it. So. As a cooperation, it's been very, very successful, and you know, we've been quite,
Nick,
you know, useful.
Nick, you're breaking. Nick, you're breaking up slightly there, Nick. Are you? Have you got a good signal?
No, it's because I'm Steve Austin. It's the opening title. $6 million man. I'm breaking up. Yeah. Pastels is used by artists. Yes.
Mark doesn't need it either.
Yeah,
but you were saying earlier on that you can get spray on hair now.
You can. Look, it looks great, doesn't it? I look like a baby.
It looks okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. Obviously, we can see that, but
there's nothing about me that's perfect. I can quite assure you of that. But yeah, it's
what Gary's just. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff has been very kind. Jeff has been very kind. I think I like Jeff.
We all like Jeff. We all like Jeff.
We all like Jeff. He's such a nice. He's such a
It's probably about 95 degrees in Alabama at the moment, I expect, and 95%. Humidity.
What's that in Celsius now? It's about 28 degrees C, isn't it?
It's far too hot. I was absurd. We had it 26 down here the other day, which was just too much. I was working, so it was too much. But yeah. Now, what's JCB on about?
JCB 67.
Is he talking about? Yeah, JCB. Is he talking about hair dye?
No, he's not. Jim. No, he's not. He's not talking about hair dye, and that's not how you spell Tamiya either. But anyway, what he's on about?
Isn't it T-I-M?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's T-A-M.
Tamiya.
Yeah, but I might be proven wrong.
Not.
Are you sure? So I'll look it up.
I will prove you wrong. No, I'm
going to look it up.
I'm going to. Well, you better not use your thing because your signal's bad enough as it is. Tamiya, I'm sure, is Tamiyi. I've got an announcement to make in a minute as well.
You're getting married?
Yeah, Tamiya.
Oh, he has spelt it right. He has spelt it right. It's me. It's me. I apologise.
Yes, he has. Yeah, you're scaremongering.
It's Tamiya.
Yes.
You spelt it right. It's me.
That's that settled then.
I'm sorry, N.I.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Now look, Adam is just saying. Adam has met Jeff, of course, up at one of the big model swaps. Huge model swaps. They have about 4 hangars of models for swapping. Fantastic. But yeah, I forget where it was now in the States. Obviously, we'll have to pop over on the new Concorde or whatever one day. So
yeah.
Yes, I've got an announcement to make in a minute, Nick, and it's nothing to do with marriage. No.
Oh,
I've got a box
this
here.
This is so sudden, Cliff. I wasn't expecting this. Because it's
always good to do it live, and you can't say no.
I want you to get down on one knee.
But we're going to look at your aeroplane next. Okay.
Oh, are we? You're so masterful.
Yeah. Well, because we looked at mine, and I want to show you that.
Oh, yes, you want to share that top secret thing that only you and I and the ground crew knows about. Yes. All right. You're dying to, aren't you? You're dying to.
Not really. You do your thing first. The Perry swap meet. That's it. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, look,
big swap meet that Adam and Jeff go to.
But you need to answer some of the questions. JCB 67, right, is on about weathering. Okay. Yeah. And what you do, actually, I forgot. I had it in my head 10 seconds ago. You can get come on, JCB, help me out with the call. You can get the liquid and you dip it on. It goes in all the panel lines, but you use that more on static models than you do on RC models.
I could probably.
It's a different thing, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably dirty up my stitching a bit. Actually, it would look good. Highlight it a bit because that would get really grubby. Yeah.
And also, somebody asked about, did we do a thrust test? No, we didn't.
That's right, we did. I want to put my motor on the amp meter. What do you call it?
Amp meter.
The meter. Is it amp meter? You know, watt meter. Watt meter. The watt meter.
Watt
meter, amp meter.
You just square the root.
No. Okay. Okay. So yeah, nice wash. So what I think I want to do, because I've only fitted a 20 amp ESC, which was just what I had in the drawer. Thanks, Robert. Yeah. I want to, but I had my watt meter. It's been in my top drawer. It's in the wrong place, and it was getting, dirty and grubby and everything. So about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I put the amp meter somewhere safe, or watt meter somewhere safe. Can't remember where it is. I've looked in all the places I would put it now, and I've looked in all the places I shouldn't put it, and it's gone. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to. I either run the motor up and see if it gets really hot. But it'd be really nice to know how many watts and amps it was pulling, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Why don't you just borrow mine?
Would it not? See, now Mark's given us all his secrets. Well, yeah, but I don't. The leads will stretch. We'll have to.
The voltage drop.
No, I'll just have to buy another one. Chris on Dad's RC Hangar, nice one on his show the other day, a little electronic one which looked rather fancy. So I'll have to buy another one. Yes. Well,
that's because you've got Alzheimer's, you see.
Well, exactly. I mean, I've looked in all the places it should be and shouldn't be, and it's gone. I remember putting the leads because they flop about in the end. I remember putting the leads over, putting the rubber band around to keep it all. It's gone. God.
Well,
gone.
You're not on your own, Cliff, because
ones. Now look, Robert's saying he keeps his in the. Robert's saying he keeps his in with his batteries, right?
Yeah,
no, I keep my batteries out of doors in a metal filing cabinet, and I don't like leaving electronics outside particularly. So I don't. That's why it wasn't with them. What motor are you using, clip, and what prop? In fact, that's not the only tool I've lost, but never mind. The motor is I can't remember offhand. Oh, it's an Overlander 2836/08, and the prop at the moment is a 9x6. But it probably take a bigger prop. Well, there's physically room for a bigger prop between the cages, and I mean it might draw less than 20, but I have had a ESC get very hot and smoked one day at the field, so that was a 30 amp, but I hadn't tested that, so it was my own fault. But there you go. Adam's showing off now. Look, he's got three
different connectors.
Different connectors. Yeah, well, I use XT60s exclusively, unless it's an XT90, in which case I use adapters. Here's one I made earlier.
Well, that's cool.
So I use that for the triplane and the. Well, don't you make yours? Then again, you can make adapters which are you can make them like that, where you butt join them together and solder them and cut out the cabling. So you can buy them like that, but you just solder them together and put a bit of heat shrink. Yeah. Do you do that, Nick? I don't expect. Do you use adapters?
I do happen to have different connectors. I don't use them very often for various reasons. Number one, I try to keep my connectors all the same, so I tend to change them if I need to, so everything's uniform. But on those odd occasions where either you're borrowing a battery or you're in a rush or something, I have the correct adapter. Usually, if it's just to charge them up, usually.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. Is anyone online in your house? Because you were breaking up again, Ven.
No, I turned off the Ground Cruise computer. I've turned off my laptop in the garage. I know what it might be. It might be that. Let's turn that off.
Yeah. Okay.
Wi-Fi off. There you go. It's off now. Is that any better?
Well, it is at the moment. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if. Well, no, that's fine. It's fine now. Yeah. I'll put mine onto airplane mode. There we are, flight mode.
Yeah.
So are you going to show us your aeroplane then?
No. The answer is always no. Okay, so for the boring bit now, I'm not putting the same detail in that Cliff is.
Look at what
because he builds 3 times quicker than I do, and it was never my intention to put that kind of detail in. So Cliff is making me look bad, but I've got one thing over Cliff, and I'll only mention it if he lets me.
Yeah,
right? And he knows what it is. So if Cliff says I give you permission, I will tell you. But anyway, because I don't want to embarrass him. Now, here is my DH2.
Ooh.
Now, at the moment, this morning, last night and this morning, the undercarriage went on. I've glued it in and I've sewn it in. The caps are on the wheels. Cliff cheated. He used some ready-made ones. These are completely made by myself. There you go. I've not put an under cover in yet because I want to see if it flies, and I don't want to start adding weight and all this sort of stuff and everything. Just want to get it flying. Once it flies, I'll add a little bit more detail, and if it does fly, I'll very probably put the gun racks in as well. I want to put the leather strapping on. I've got some leather. It's not a big issue to do it, but I really want to see if this flies. I have got the prop on. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but I've painted that up to look like wood. Now, this is a tractor prop. I'll go into the prop in just right at the end because there's a big point I want to make about the prop. Now, unlike Cliff made the booms first, as I recall. And I wondered at the time why he was doing it. And then I saw on the plan it says make the booms first. I wasn't quite prepared to do that. I thought, no, I'm not risking it. I'll make them last. But the thing was, the booms went in like that first go, which astounded me. I didn't think they would, but they did. So I was very, very pleased with that. I've got the decals on. Now, I've cheated with the decals. They're just printer paper. There's nothing special about them. But when I make my videos, I give you the dimensions for those, the proper size. I just didn't want to go into spending lots of money on decals and, water slides and everything else. So, I've got the numbers on the back there, just white bit of paper, just coloured it in with a decal. Unlike Cliff, I've just got a wire. Hang on, I've just got a wire here on the end. He's gone a bit more detail, put a spring in, so it's spring loaded. I haven't done that because I can't keep up with him. He builds too quickly, too fast. So what else now? Now I've fired this up. I've had it all hot and wired and going, and everything works. The ailerons work. There's a lot of throw on the ailerons. I'll have to dial them down because if they're too sensitive, the aircraft's just going to flip like a spiral, So, but everything that I was aiming to do, I've achieved. So there's only two things I've got to do now with this, and that is, as with Cliff, is adjust the cables, the control cables. They are working. I've had them working, but I've got to tension them a little bit. It's a little bit slack on the rudder at the moment. See if I pull that, the rudder sort of moves. But I've got to make it a bit more positive by putting some torsion into it. So that's really all I've got to do with this. The other thing, so I've got to do the torsion, and the other thing is balance it. Now, unlike Cliff, I think I'm going to have to push the battery right into the nose and probably add a little bit of weight. I think the reason is that this motor that I built is a lot heavier than Cliff's. I think Cliff's is half the weight of that engine. So I think that's probably what it is. I think if I took that engine off, it'll probably balance out. The CG that I've worked out is 40 millimeters from the top leading edge. Would you agree with that, Cliff? Yeah.
Yeah, but the plan says 25%, and that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's the weight of the model engine. It's like I said, it's twice the weight of Cliff's model engine. Otherwise, apart from the CG and torsioning the cables, that's ready to go. And I'm hoping between now and next Sunday, I will have maidened it. And hopefully it won't go home in a bin bag. But I've not put the kind of detail in that Cliff has.
I mean,
and it was never my intention to. So there you go with that.
Well, one of the problems we got at the moment, because is the wind. She's not dropping.
Yeah, it was pretty windy this morning. I think it's dropped a little bit. Usually, in the UK, it drops around about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening, from my experience, and then you got half a chance of flying. So what's Mark got to say? Someone
it might do that in the mid.
No, he said it was electric. That's rather witty. All right, what's this one say? Because you've been reading this and I haven't. Show Nick's going to be in trouble if his neighbour changes their password. Oh, fair. Yeah, all right.
Well,
I quite like that.
Yeah.
When I was on the tools, I had to years and years and years ago. You remember we used to have cable TV? There was this guy. The next door neighbour had moved out and he got a cable and he drilled a hole through and put the cable to his TV next door.
No way.
No, seriously, wow. Yeah. I'll never forget it. Always buying adapters, keep using others. Okay, looks great. That's very kind of you, Model Aviator. That's very kind and generous indeed. What's Robert said? Wow, nice job, guys. Thank you. Jeff says, looks amazing. I hope it still looks amazing by this time next week. I just said it might come home in the bin bag. This would be a tough one to judge if we were going for looks because they both look amazing. They're very complimentary, aren't they, Cliff? Very complimentary. I've just discovered that.
Yeah, Mark, yes.
Yes. Now, Mark, you have proven my point. World War I planes did have a satin gloss finish and they went dull with time. And this is what I was trying to get over to Cliff a few weeks ago, but deaf ears. Right, let's have a look. Nick, that guy says, is that guy that says he don't understand?
Nick. Right. No, he says Nick is that guy that says instructions. What instructions?
What? There's no instructions.
That's what he's saying. No, and that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So, yeah, they've been very, very generous. Now, this leads me on to propellers. Who was the chap that mentioned propellers last week, Cliff? Oh, you don't know. You got Alzheimer's, didn't you?
Adam, I think it was Adam. Adam said, didn't he? Model Aviator Adam said that the prop nut would undo probably.
Right. Now, the other thing is that Tim the Plane Man has done a video, was it yesterday or the day before? And he's put in a tractor prop on, which needs to be a pusher on a very expensive model. He's into spy planes at the moment. I don't know why. I think he's into industrial espionage or something. But anyway, the thing is, because I wasn't with Cliff last week, I didn't get the chance to really make any comments about pusher props and tractor props. You're better off using a pusher prop. The only trouble is with a pusher prop is that they're very, very difficult to get hold of because not a lot of people tend to buy them or use them. But the other interesting thing about pusher props is they're more efficient because if you put a tractor prop on, what?
It's Tim.
Oh, is he here? Where is he?
Tim's joined us. Tim's
he's got his sorry arse out of bed, has he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I did say to Tim we would be discussing this, and I'm making a point of it. Is that if you put a tractor prop on an aircraft that's a pusher, all right, you're going to lose a minimum of a quarter of your thrust and your speed, and what it's going to do is it's going to cost you in watts and amps, and it's going to draw a lot more current to try and keep up with its own inefficiency because the airflow is hitting the back of the prop, all right, and trying to push it in the wrong direction, okay, because where the base of the prop is, that's where it's supposed to be the most efficient part of the prop. Okay. Now it's like anything else, like a corkscrew. If you turn it the other way, it's at least, I think it's like 25% less efficient. So if you've got quite a large model like Tim's got, he'd be much more better off getting a pusher prop. But we're only using the tractor props at the moment because it's getting hold of a pusher prop. They're difficult to get. Certainly in my case. So I mean, I'm quite happy to use a tractor prop for now, just to get it up in the air. But I would much rather have a pusher prop. And the other thing is about the nut coming loose, which was mentioned last week, and I wasn't here to comment on it. Is, you know, you can either use a nylock thread or you can use thread. What's it called, Cliff? The red stuff you put on. Threadlock. You can use a product called Threadlock, and it's a bit like a glue, but it isn't a glue. You can crack the glue to get the nut off again, and it stops it from coming off. But if I was going to use my tractor prop, I'd only use it for the maiden because I'll be stuck for a pusher. But you see, we've also got to discover, Cliff and I, whether that prop that we're both using a 9x6. No, we're not. He's using a 9x6. I'm using a 9x4.5 at the moment. I've ordered a 9x6 pusher, but I won't get it till Tuesday at the earliest because we're having a bank holiday here. Plus the fact there was confusion about paying for things and stuff, and I hadn't realised I hadn't paid for it. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. But you see, you know, whether it's a 9.4, 9x4.5, or whether it's 9.6, it should be okay to get it off the ground. Okay. But we're both going to have to swap it over. The only problem is with Cliff's prop that he's got, it's not been drilled out centralized properly. And I've advised Cliff not to use it because I wouldn't. I'd no way in this world would I use it. I'd bin it. But you know, but it's going to be interesting.
I read something. Well, it is. I read something in the week. They were talking about the cowls on big First World War models, and they were saying the size of the cowl, although it's big, and there's maybe like my DR1 above my head, it's like a 17-inch prop, and I've only got like 3 inches of the tip each side of the cowl. But I read that the bulk of the efficiency comes from the outside part of the prop, not the inside. So it's opposite to what you've just said.
Yeah, but only.
So I think it'll be the proof of the pudding will be in the eating, won't it? So
in the eating,
you know, well, yeah, lots of pork pies then, Nick. Well done, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to go on holiday
with my pork pies. Like me,
like a racing snake, you are.
So, now, Robert, I have put it on the prop balancer, and it is actually completely balanced. But that, you know, that's just sitting on the prop balancer. Running
doesn't mean anything.
Will be a different matter. Yeah, as Robert says, the GB Racer. Look at that, huge cowling.
Yeah, don't use that prop, Cliff, please.
Well, I might test it on a bench. I'll test it on the bench or something. Yeah,
bench test it. Don't test it on your model, please, because I'd feel really bad if it all went wrong. Yeah.
Well, again, Mark's saying it's only the tips. Only the tips hang past the SE5 cowl. So, you know, I think it is that the tip is more efficient than the root.
Well, it might be. It might be, but not in my experience. But at the end of the day, you know, propellers are almost a science in themselves. They really, really
yes,
are.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think Tim saw your. Did Tim see your model? I don't know how long he's been lurking.
Well, he obviously hasn't, because he says a very pretty plain yes. So he obviously hasn't seen mine. He must have seen yours.
Yeah, he must have done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So, right. Well, Adam's saying, look, it's efficient if the rotation's in the direction that presents the leading edge to the wind. So
correct.
That's Well, you don't want to present the trailing edge to the wind, do you?
Correct. Correct.
Do you like my medal, Nick? Do you like my medal?
No. I was going to go on about helicopters, but I think you're trying to change the subject. You're trying to get through. You're trying to get back to your secret thing now, aren't you?
Well, we're at 55 minutes. Time's going on.
Yeah. Tim says you'll watch the full video later. All right. That's fine. That's no problem. Right. So Cliff has something very, very important. He's absolutely itching, right, to get off his chest. So what we're going to do, we're going to see what Cliff has got
in the box. I've got a box here, guys. Look, I'm going to bend the laptop down. I haven't even opened it yet. Oops. It's a laser. I got myself a laser. It's 22 watt and it's come all the way from Shenzhen, of course. All the best stuff comes from China, as we know. But I haven't opened the box yet. But when I do, which will be this coming week, I shall start to put some stuff up online. It's made by Algo Technologies, and it's a Delta. I think they do an Alpha and a Delta. This is the posh one, and they've actually sent it to me to test. I haven't bought it. So how good is that? So I'm gonna be joining Chris with his laser cutter, and I'm gonna cut out a wing rib. No, so there it is. I've got my bench all set up. I've got an say you what?
Live on air. Nick? You're going to cut a rib out live on air.
You'll probably take most of the day to set all the software up and all this business, but I'll film it, of course, because what I want to do, I mean, I know nothing about lasers like you didn't, Chris, when you opened yours. So, I know I've read about them and I've watched some videos, but I mean, I don't know. So I've got to download some software and build the thing and set it all up. So really looking forward to that. But my angle, it's not going to be polished. I'm just an ordinary bloke looking at this technology, and I'm going to put it together and see how it works, and we'll go from there. So it's just going to be just an ordinary bloke sort of video diving into lasers. Now, I mean, we're all just ordinary blokes. Well, you're not, Nick, obviously, but you're more than ordinary. You're a very clever chap. But
I'm a woman.
Yeah. So that's. So I'm going to do it from that angle. That's my angle. Just I don't have to pretend to be stupid. Put it that way. I'll just make the thing up and get it working, and we'll see. And if it's good, it'll be good. I mean, a 22 watt laser, that's quite a powerful laser. So, but down the road, what I want to do, because as you know, I designed a couple of aeroplanes, my Backfire and the yo-yos. I want to kit them. So I want to cut out, short kit wise, and I'll use this laser machine to it. So they've sent me this laser. It's been on the back burner since May, I think, while they've been sorting stuff out, but I've been busy anyway. But it's here now. That's why I finished the DH2 really quick, because I want to open this box, because obviously they want to see some review videos. So that's what I should be doing. There we go. Exciting stuff. Can't wait to open it. Yeah. I looked at the what do you call it earlier on their website, just to see what's what. And I got an affiliate link as well. Oh, is that Jeff off? Oh, yeah, bye, Jeff.
He was getting bored.
So, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, I bet he was. Yeah. So So Adam's just saying a double nut will fix the prop coming loose. So yeah, there we are then. That's my news anyway. That's what's in the box. I'm not going to do a box opening because that's a bit naff. For anyone that do box opening, sorry about that.
Come on, open
I
the
should
box.
get on with the.
I've got to inside. Come on.
I've got to be semi. I can open it now. I've got to do.
Yeah, come on.
I've got to do a semi-professional.
I want to see your new toy.
I wasn't going to do a box opening down the line, but I could. I think
we can make a separate video, can you? Hey?
Well, I am. But all right then. Look, I've got my straw. Let's slice it open. It'd be funny if it's like a jack in the box and the thing just sprung out, wouldn't it?
There you go.
Dad's what's in there. Let me bend it down.
What's wrong with box opening? He's got his shorts on.
Yeah.
He's not allowed long trousers. You found your up later?
My blade's just come out the scaffold. No, it's in the box. No, the blade came out the scaffold. It must be in the box now. No, this is the one I've had since I was a little boy.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
Must be by now then.
Now,
Gordon says, "Don't do it, Cliff. Resist." He can't. He's like a little boy.
I don't know what you can see.
Well, you can see your white socks.
I'm glad I changed my trousers just for you.
Yeah, I like your tattoo on your leg.
I had my summer skirt on. Oh, look at this. I don't know what you can see. Oh, you can see a little bit.
I can see someone orange.
Oh, it smells like a new car. Lovely. User manual. Some consumables package. So there's some, bits and bobs so as you can test it. There's a nice big bit of, it's a bit of plywood to test. Lovely bit of foam. I agree with Mark. What'd you say?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a note of that.
And I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of assembly to do because it looks like it's all if I bring you down a little bit, because I'm on the wrong webcam, see? But look at that, look, it's all pre-assembled. So I've got my air pump there. Air pump. You have an air pump to blow away the dust and soot as it's cut in. You get a cleaner cut.
So it's not for pumping up the parrot then?
Could be.
He actually understood what I was on about.
That's the XY thing. Oh, look, there's a little box. I was going to say it's a toolkit, but it feels like it's empty. Oh, it's the goggles. Laser goggles. Lovely. Some feet. Some little knobs. There's a power button. Adapters with an English plug on it. Oh, wow. What's that there? I actually don't know what. Look, it's got a little face. You can see that. Bless. It's it looks like a couple of finger cots, so maybe that's something to do with cleaning the laser or something.
No idea.
Some more wooden bits to play with. Hey, look at that then. Is that not impressive? So
I like it.
I've got to I'm going to put that I'm going to assemble it up, and I'm going to obviously, I don't know if you know anything about lasers, insofar as they do tend to put out a lot of smoke, don't they? So I've got to build a box to go around it.
Yeah. There's one thing I do know about lasers. That is, if you point them at ULEZ cameras, they don't like it. Not that I'm suggesting that you should point them at ULEZ cameras. Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me because I never speed, but there you go.
But you're only allowed to go 20 miles an hour now.
next weekend. Yeah, that's true. That's all right. I'm happy with that. Next weekend is Popper Mare Show, which is down south for you, Nick. I think it's next weekend. Yes, it is. And I should be making a visit to somebody on this list of names here.
Yeah.
And exploring his hangar as well. Looking forward to that.
Have you spoken to Chris about my suggestion?
You said who it is.
They don't know.
I've spoken to him. Yeah. Yes, he does. He does know we're coming.
Yeah. Is he happy? Is he happy?
Is he happy? Well, it's going to. Well, I'm expecting a really nice cup of tea. Did someone say cup of tea? I'm looking forward to getting his laser going. It's going to be brilliant. So I've also got to.
Have you made the suggestion to him, which I mentioned to you last week? Unless you forgot because of your Alzheimer's. You've forgotten, haven't you?
So much, Nick. I can't remember what you said. Give me a clue.
Well, we spoke about taking your laptop. We spoke about taking your laptop with you.
Oh, yes. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. I don't think it's going to work because of the timing. Because when we're there, I can't guarantee the timing's going to be wrong. Put it that way. So next week, if you're here, well, you want to say how your maiden's gone, don't you?
It will probably take about 30 seconds.
The laser can be used to make guitar.
Yes, they can.
Templates.
Yes, they can.
What thickness? What thickness can a 22 watt laser cut through? I know it'll cut through 1/2 inch ply. This one will. Whether it'll cut through something as thick as a guitar body, I don't know. Because Chris Harvey there says the laser can be used to make guitar templates.
I have a question, Cliff.
There's a good surname, that.
Yeah. I have a question about the laser. Right. If you're a guy who smuggles gold across the world and you want to cut a British spy in half, can you do it with your laser? You're really trying to think now, aren't you?
No, Mr. Bradley, I expect you to die. No, I know the scene you're talking about. Brilliant. That's where Goldfinger says, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
I expect you to die. I suppose you expect me to talk, Goldfinger.
Yes. You expect me to...
You expect me to talk, Goldfinger. No, I expect you to die.
I thought it was Sean Connery.
It was Sean Connery. Yeah, Sean Connery was Scottish. You got a Scottish accent. That's why he talked like that.
And is. Yeah.
No, he's not anymore. He's not Scottish anymore. No, he cut him in half with the laser because they caught up with him. He died about 2 years ago. Seriously, not joking. He's
really
demised. He's gone.
I must have forgotten.
Yeah, but Robert Palmer's still alive.
No, don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Yeah, Palmer's still alive. He thinks
Robert
I love
Palmer.
It. Is it not Robert Palmer? His name's not Robert. He's just I don't know what his first name is. I know you just call him Palmer, don't they? Shoot him, Palmer.
Who?
The secret agent, Michael Caine.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Michael Caine plays the part.
I don't watch any of that stuff.
Of Palmer, and he did the Odessa File and a few other films that I can't bring to mind right now. Right, Michael Caine is Palmer, secret agent.
Italian Job.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Got it right.
Harry Palmer.
No, you did. You just forgotten because you're Alzheimer's.
Chris says it's Harry Palmer.
Harry Palmer. That's it. Harry Palmer.
Ooh.
There you go. Well done, Chris.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. So you're dying to give this medal away, aren't you? Icrest file. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
the thing is, there's nobody. Well, actually, I think Mark Croucher came very close to saying something very, very funny about your legs, which I thought was probably worth winning it. He said your
was
legs
that just
look
now
like
when I wasn't watching.
Well, no, you was playing with your box of toys like your Christmas present. He says,
"Hang on a minute, you broke up." Then he said, "What?"
Right, you were fiddling with your Christmas box because you're not supposed to open it till Christmas. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, and you was like a kid Christmas opening it.
But you broke up again. So what did he say? You broke up again.
Right. Well, you were showing your legs because you're wearing shorts.
Yes,
right?
Yes, yeah.
Somebody said, I think it might have been Chris, about you wearing white socks. But Mark said he's got a pair of legs like a pair of used pipe cleaners, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
I say, it's a bit rude, isn't it?
No, I thought it was quite good, actually. And Tim the Plain Man.
Tim says the problem's on my end.
Yeah, legs like dirty pipe cleaners.
Dirty pipe cleaners. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Tim
Thanks for that, Tim. I was wondering if it was breaking up for everybody. Dirty pipe cleaners.
And Tim's
I'll have you know, my legs aren't thirsty.
Because you were showing them off, that's why. God, you're such hard work, you are.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like my new glasses, by the way.
So who's going to get the medal then?
Well, I think we were going to ask.
That's actually quite funny, actually.
I think it is quite funny. And I think purely on that basis.
Oh, Adam's off, is he? Oh, got Adam's off. Cheers, Adam. Bye, mate. Bye. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Adam's off. He's heard enough.
He's had enough. Yeah. I don't blame him. So I think that is the funniest thing I've heard in ages.
No, I don't blame him either. I'm off. Bye. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah. There's no escape, Mr.
Does anyone else want to insult me before we make a decision? Yeah, I see your connection is pooping the bed tonight.
Don't talk about the tattoo.
Yeah.
Are you going to let me? Are you going to?
My connection should be good.
Right. It's your end because Tim is a computer scientist, and he said it's your end, and I believe him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he meant it's my end or our end. But
no, it's your end.
Changed. Nobody else is online here, so I don't know. I don't know. I've got a good, strong signal from the server thing. And Gary, thanks for looking in, mate. So yeah, let Tim thinks Mark should get it as well. So I think Mark should get it too.
Yeah. So listen, Mark.
What do you think,
Mr. Croucher, sir? Mr. Croucher, look up either Cliff's or my email in the About section. Okay, I'm not going to give it out on air. I'll probably get adverts from Lithuania or something. All right, and send us your address, and I'll get one winging its way to you. But in return, when you receive it, I want to see a photograph of you wearing it. Okay, and then hopefully by the next time we publish this, you would have received it and we'll get a photograph back. So I have to say congratulations, Mr. Mark Croucher. You have the Blue Max, sir. So as soon as you give us that address, as soon as you'll receive it, and then all the others will get jealous. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Tim has said. Yeah, there you go. Mark saying, and they'll be envious there, Mark. There's a possibility mine is blurry, Tim. It's because I'm on the laptop webcam, not on my main webcam, my posh webcam.
It's not.
I don't know why it wouldn't recognize it today, but there you go. So
your band isn't big enough.
That could be the reason.
You can't get those bits of information down the little bit cable.
And I think that concludes our business. Where's he gone?
How much is your model weigh?
Oh, you're having a drink. I think my model weighs without the battery 788 grams.
Okay.
And I know yours is lighter, isn't it?
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
But then, of course, I've got a lot more scale shells. Yes, but I don't need to add nose weight to mine. Don't worry. Anything will fly, even if it weighs 3 pounds. Yeah, settle down. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. Nice bit of headwind. We'll be off sailing into the sunset. What a shame we can't maiden them on the same day together. But there you go. That's the way it goes. We can maiden them. I'm going to try and maiden mine this week.
So am I. Now, are you going to be online next week, or are you going to be holding hands with Chris?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You've got to think about your public.
It depends on Chris, really. But at 4 o'clock, I'll probably have been on my higher. Look at that. I'll probably be back on my way to my digs from Chris's. We'll have to see. If you're going to come on live, if you come on live on. Well, I probably won't. Oh, Chris is saying it's up to me, but it depends on how the day's going and what have you. So you can, if you want to come on live on your own, and if we're around, I can dive in, or you can even send me an invite, and if I can get on, I will. That's fair enough, isn't it?
I would say if we're here, we're here, and if we're not, the last one will be a week Sunday. Is that fair enough?
Yeah. Well, by then, Bruce is in the house. Hi, Bruce. That is a good idea. It gives us 2 weeks to maiden it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I probably need to rebuild mine, so I've got 2 weeks to rebuild it.
I would. Well, that's very true. If I maiden mine, I'd probably put a video up before the 2 weeks. Then I can talk about what went wrong. So
on my
that's
half,
what we'll say then.
Because in actual fact, Cliff, what would go if it went wrong my half, it's because of me. And I'll tell you for why. My eyesight's starting to go. I've had to have some new glasses made, and I'm wondering if I can see it properly, because I've noticed it quite a lot lately.
It's Gudgeon.
Yeah. Do you guys have?
Bruce is asking how many planes.
Yeah. That is a very good question, because if we didn't find a winner today, we were going to ask a question, and the question was going to be, which one of my models is Cliff's favourite? Was it going to be A, the Gwillows SE5A with full aileron control? Was it going to be B, the P51D Mustang, which I finished recently? Or was it going to be C, the ME-163 solid rocket fuel plane, fully RC, rocket-fueled aircraft ME-163? So this thing is, I've got loads and loads and loads. I think on my half, I'll probably have about, in one piece, about 25, maybe 30, something like that. But I think Cliff might have even more than that, to be honest. I'm running out.
I've got about 60 or 70, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
got about 60 or 70. I've started putting them in the loft now. Problem is, as you get better at flying, you don't break them as much. So yeah, 60 or 70. But there's one for every weather condition, you see, isn't there? So
Yeah, it's luckily,
you've got to have a good choice, haven't you?
Yeah, luckily, Mark has won the Blue Max, but he wouldn't have won it with that answer.
No. Well, no, he's saying A. No, you're wrong, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, you wouldn't have won it, mate. You should have just kept quiet.
It was. Should we say which one it was?
It's up to you, Cliff.
C.
It's the ME-163.
Yeah, I've said C.
Yeah. Yeah. The answer is C.
That thing goes off. I mean, what is it? It goes up for about 6 to 7 seconds, doesn't it? With that rocket motor. It's just spectacular. Yeah.
It's very quick. And I sent a video to Cliff. Oh, was it last year?
All we need is one.
It's in slow motion. It's in slow motion. It's like Thunderbirds taking off. Yeah.
I'm just going to see quickly if I've got it here. But Bruce is saying that we only need one, and that's a waterproof one, you know.
Yes, waterproof. What about a float plane?
Now,
a float plane. Yeah, that'll do it.
I've never flown a float plane. Well, we were talking about float planes. I think it was last week, wasn't it? We were talking about. Jeff suggested having a pond in the garden from a little round the pole float model to go off of.
In which case, you'd have to do the dam busters.
Does that ring a bell with you?
Build a little dam and see if you can destroy it.
Well,
cool kit's been
you could, yeah.
Which I like the idea of that.
Or just fly it in the rain anyway. Yeah. You could just fly.
You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to come to your garden.
You have to excuse me a minute.
A pair of scissors and cut the thing and watch it fly off.
You could fly your Messerschmitt round the pole, mate. Imagine that. I
could fly my Messerschmitt round the pole.
Yeah. Now Bruce has just come up with a very valid point there.
To a little bit of everything.
Bruce has just come up with a very valid point there.
What's that?
And that's absolutely well. He's talking about variety.
It's a spice of life, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And I think that's very true. Which is, say again.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking for that video.
Over the rocket.
That you sent me on the rocket plane. I was going to hold it up to the screen because it is so spectacular, but I don't know where it is.
You're being very generous, Cliff.
Could be anywhere. No, well, it is fantastic. I kept it. It's so. I mean, the first time I saw it go up, I just had to replay it over and over. It's just such a wow moment, isn't it?
Well, the best part about it is
having a look on
that 163 is a very easy model to make. It's really, really.
Oh yeah, but yours was a foamy. Yours was foamy, wasn't it?
It's a foamy, yeah. And I was surprised how well it flew. To be honest with you, I didn't think it'd be as good as that.
Yeah.
The trouble is, it didn't stay up to lots. They glide, and it's not a floater. That's for sure.
It's just like the full size one, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the same as the full size one, isn't it? Which would just shoot up and shoot at the planes on the way up, and then shoot on the way down as they were gliding, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So, but it's just the amount of rust on it. Anyway, I think people are talking amongst themselves while you're looking for that video.
Yeah, I can't find it. So there you go. Do you remember what month it was?
I've got it on my laptop, but I haven't got it on my phone. Otherwise, I'd show it. But there you are.
No.
Anyway, for those who want to see,
do you remember what? Yeah.
What? For those people who would like to see it,
I can't find it.
All right. go onto my channel, The Baron Flights, look in playlists, okay, and look up ME163, and on there, I think it's episode number 5. There's only 5 episodes to the whole thing. Go to 5, and you will see the rocket plane in real time taking off, and then I put it into slow motion, and it's it's something. It's something. Okay, so Cliff,
it's brilliant.
Yes, you're going for the full 1.5 hours because people are falling asleep.
Well, yeah, we're on to 1 hour 25 minutes, so we can hang on another 5 minutes. I reckon I can find this pretty quick now.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold it up to the webcam, and I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to show everybody what an amazing talent you are there. Playlist, what was it? Rocket science?
No, rocket science is how to make rocket fuel.
No. What was the playlist? I know I'm breaking up, but yeah, but what playlist is it in?
Right,
I got it. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
She came a cropper, didn't she, in the 163? Mind you, I mean, she got some guts. She really had got some guts. She also test piloted the V1. I think she holds a world record for flying over the Alps as well, if I remember rightly, in gliders. And the last person to fly out of Berlin in 1943. Not that I would know. Oh, he's got it. There it is. There's a fat person.
There it is.
He's wearing the merchandise as well.
Oh,
that's in normal time. You got it in slow. There you go, slow motion. Look at that. Keep it there, Cliff. Keep it there. Yeah.
Does it go up again?
Does it go up again?
Does it go even slower? Does it?
No, I just thought that if we did it any slower than that, people get. So there you are. That's the slow motion, but it's better with the sound on. It's better with the sound on. Yeah. Yes, she was an amazing woman. She really was.
There's another shot.
Mind you, she was a devoted Nazi as well. Yeah. Everybody wanted to have a go with it, which I was really, really shocked over. Everybody wanted to have a go with it. Yeah. What we've got to comments. I hate it when ESC does that. Yes, very good. That it is cool. You want to get one? They're really good.
Cool.
I'm trying to think of the name of the kit now. Look it up on the channel. Get the kit. It's not expensive either. It's quite cheap. Yeah. No. So anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
We've got 2 minutes to go. So we sing a song.
Okay. So you're going to be here next week? Are you going to be here next week?
Unless there's something to say, you know. We'll wing it. We'll wing it.
Well, I might do I'll tell you what then. I might do a live from Chris's. How about that?
Okay. Let's do that then. I will be here if you're online.
And then yeah.
Chris,
so there we are. Bruce is just saying it is amazing, Bruce. Yeah. Oh, I could take a mask or something, couldn't I? Your mask. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Chris is saying, great idea. So we could do a YouTube live stream from Chris's just for a few minutes, just to show our faces. And I can also say what a wonderful time I had at Popper the day before.
He can gang up on me, 2 against 1.
Nuts. So that's what we're doing then.
Okay. Yeah. So we're down to...
Unless you're going to make a surprise appearance down south.
I think it's a little unlikely, to be honest.
I should put on my laser goggles.
Yes. I hope you
They look rather cool, don't they?
You look like that guy at that TV program, which is called UFO.
I remember that. What a great program. Straker, wasn't it?
Do you know where he's buried?
One of my favourite series.
I've been to his grave and I know where he's buried. He's buried
Have you really?
A place called Napton on the Hill, in near to Rugby in Warwickshire, and he's buried with his son.
Even Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. Even Bruce knows about Straker. Fantastic. What a great series, UFO.
I loved it. I thought it was the best thing on TV. I did at the time, but now that I've watched it as a semi-adult, it looks a bit dated now. But at the time, I thought it was really, really good. Yeah. So he's in Napton on the Hill in Warwickshire.
Oh, Bruce has got the box set.
Well, good for him.
Is he really?
Good for him. Yeah. I thought one of the best ones.
I might wear a purple wig.
And a silver skirt to go with those legs of yours.
I'll go with the suit. I'll go with the purple wig. Yeah, Thunderbirds too. All great stuff. Right, hour and a half in, mate. Let's go. 5:30.
All right. So, congratulations to Mark Crouch.
Thanks everyone for watching.
All right.
And I don't know how many were watching. Yeah.
All right. You won't look nearly as good as Gabriel Drake.
No, and we'll see you. I'll see you next week.
Well, if you're there, I'll be there.
No, probably not, Bruce. No.
Right. Great show.
Well, you'll have to just watch, I'm afraid. Anyway, everyone's going. I can hear doors slamming. So we'll switch off and see you soon, guys. I'll post it on community tab when we're on anyway, and you'll get a notification. Okay.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers,
congratulations
Bruce.
to Mark Crouch. Just send us your address soonest, and you'll get it soonest. Okay. We want a photograph. Right. Cheerio, guys. I'm pressing the button.
Robert.
3, 2, 1, end.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
End. Bye.